Well, I write erotic romance, so certainly the erotic has a very large part in what I write. Um, there wouldn't be a story for erotic romance. There wouldn't be a story without the erotic part of it. So, of course, it definitely is front and center in most of my books, particularly in my erotic romance. But even in books that are not erotic, the love scenes, definitely, the love part of it, the happily ever after, the building, the tension, I think that plays a really major role in romance. Do you all?
I agree. With erotic romance, if you still take out the erotic parts, there's actually a story. And most people don't realize that. I mean, like a lot of the books that are out right now, there is a story, and it's about meeting and falling in love and all the things that, all the sensations you feel, and which leads to the bedroom. But the most important thing is it is a story. And the reason why they choose covers that have like, you know, well-built men on the cover or beautiful women is because it's appealing to the audience, and they know exactly what they're getting. They know that when they read it, it's going to be satisfying for them because it's going to be a happy ending. And you know, and the popularity of the bare-chested men is because it seems to appeal to women readers, because, you know, they want to picture this handsome guy sweeping them off their feet. And so that's the reason for that.
It's the ideal,
Right.
you know, the ideal man. I think people would not, because most romance readers are women. We certainly have to appeal to women. And that's one of the ways we do it is half-naked men on the covers who look really good.
And they do sell better. My first two books with a major house had houses on the cover, and they didn't seem to sell as well. And I think it's a clear indicator that you're selling women's fiction as opposed to what's out there for men. Like if you read major authors like Tom Clancy or, you know, that write to a male-dominated audience, you can see what's on their covers, you know, giant ships or you know, things like that. So.
I think women do like to immerse themselves in an alternate world, but I don't think that means that they themselves have, you know, that something is wrong with their own life. Because, I mean, most of the women that I know who read romance, even though it is a form of escapism, I don't think they're escaping something terrible in their lives. I think we all just like to immerse ourselves in a story. I mean, from the time kids are little, they like to immerse themselves in the world of a book or a movie or whatever. And I think it's the same sort of thing. I don't think it means that
They're lacking it in any way.
Yeah, you're
I
lacking
agree.
or your
I
love
think
life is bad.
American Westerns are so popular, that doesn't mean that all men want to be a cowboy. You know, it's just because it's something that you're interested in, you
Or
like
stories
that.
about serial killers.
Or
Doesn't mean I
serial
want to go out and
killers or-
knock somebody off. You
Yeah,
know?
it's just escapism.
Well, see, the thing about it is that, you know, everybody loves the idea of romance, and even though they say they don't, they actually do. And for, you know, I don't think that we're missing anything. Some people just want to read it because, you know, they've had a tough day at work, their kids are crying, and they just want that like 30 minutes a piece or an hour a piece to read. And this kind of whisks them away into something romantic, and they know it's going to be happy. But, you know, while they're reading it, of course, there's ups and downs in books like in real life, but it's not their life. So it's a way for them to escape that way and not deal with, you know, what they have to deal with in reality. But I don't think it's about lack of romance at all.
And the hero, yeah, go ahead.
If you think about the story of immersing yourself in a story, most stories, if they're a good story, have a lot of conflict. And it almost makes you kind of angsty. And I don't think people certainly aren't looking for extra angst, but they want to know what's going to happen after that. So I don't think you're not immersing yourself like in this lovely world. Usually it's something, there's all kinds of problems, and you want to see how the person overcomes all those obstacles.
Yeah, in a romance, there's a happy ending. You're guaranteed a happy ending. It's going to work out. They're going to make it, and the hero's going to get the girl. She's going to get the man of her dreams. That's why it's a romance. And I think it's just, you know, if you like that flavor of book, that's, you know, other people like literary stuff where things don't end well.
someone dies or,
yeah.
something depressing like that. But there
Yeah.
are readers who, like, why do men read a lot of action books, It's also an escape for them, It's them being smart and working for the government and doing, James Bond type stuff. I mean, they're immersing themselves as well. So, I mean, it's the same way with women readers or male readers reading romance.
It all boils down to how you want to escape. Do you want to escape by seeing a bunch of stuff blown up or seeing a bunch of people get killed, or do you want to see two people overcome what seems to be, overwhelming obstacles to find each other and to achieve their happily ever after? I don't think it's whether people are lacking anything in their lives. It all depends on what form of entertainment you particularly like. And a lot of your most popular movies and TV shows out there, at the heart of it, you will see a romance.
Yeah.
I mean, there was actually, I don't know how many people watch Big Bang Theory.
Oh, yeah.
But this past week, they had one where Sheldon ruined Raiders of the Lost Ark for, or not Sheldon ruined, but Amy ruined Raiders of the Lost Ark for Sheldon because of something with the plot line. But what they missed was at the heart of Raiders of the Lost Ark isn't all the action, it's the romance between Indiana Jones and Marion.
You know there's going to be a win at the end of a romance, and life has a lot of conflict in it, and you don't always win in life. So maybe there is a little escapism that way. I don't think people are escaping like necessarily their own love life, but maybe they just want that guaranteed win at the end.